Hi, everybody. I'm Teresa with Small Town Floyd Girl, and today I am talking with co-owner of Coco Mia Products. This is Jennifer, and I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about her business. They have been in business for a little while. I know that Coco Mia was previously owned by someone else, but I'm going to let her share her story and how they came to be proprietors in Floyd.
Yeah, so my husband and I, the funny thing about us is we were just walking up the street and saw the for sale sign posted in the window for the business. And my husband's always wanted to own a little storefront and have something of his own. And so we just called the number, got in touch with Linda, the previous owner, and the rest is kind of history. We hit it off really well. We really liked the concept of the chocolate store, and we had a lot of faith in our own skill that we'd be able to, perform the chocolate work and the baked goods and all that stuff that we do here. So we're located in downtown Floyd. If you've never been to our store, we're right across from the courthouse here. And we share a front entrance with the Chamber of Commerce. So we kind of become this surrogate Chamber of Commerce during the course of the day, where we usually keep ourselves informed of the events and things going on in the community, so we can make sure all of our customers that are traveling and experiencing Floyd for the first time get a really good snapshot of, some must-sees, must-dos here. So we feel like we're contributing that way a good bit. And then and I don't know, like you'll see our kids floating in here. We employ high schoolers from Floyd County High that, we've grown up with. And so we've raised our kids through the school systems here. So we originally implanted from out of town though. So we classify ourselves as implants. I'm originally from Maryland. My husband's from Ohio. And so, we just kind of have a really good love of chocolate and baking and talking to people and sharing our craft and all. So.
Oh, that's awesome. And that's just it. I hear a lot of people who come to Floyd, that's kind of what they do is they come, they visit Floyd and they fall in love with it. And at that point, it's like, okay, I've talked to so many different business owners that's been their story, as far as they just fall in love with Floyd and want to set up shop there. So I know for myself, I had visited Coco Mia before with a previous owner, and you guys have done a lot of work inside the building, I think, as far as, I know that things are being rearranged and you offer different types of chocolate and such. And I have to say my personal favorite is probably the chocolate covered cocoa beans, the espresso beans.
Yeah, they're really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've definitely enjoyed it. And I found that, when I'm walking around town and, if I've got a meeting or something, it's like, oh, well, let's go check out some chocolate. And, Grayson's always there to offer, a sample of something if I want to try. And, I never had the coffee and cocoa mix. It was one day he was like, would you like to try some coffee or cocoa? And I was like, well, I don't know. And he's like, well, what if we mix them? And I was like, well, yeah, let's try that. And it was fabulous.
Yeah, that's our mocha java. It's been very fun to be creative with the product lines. Like you said, we've expanded and we've added to, and we've kind of like gone out of the box on some things. Like the first thing we did, I think when we purchased it was, well, we were getting into summer because we opened under us in May. So this May's been 2 years for us.
Yay.
And so we're very happy about that and excited. And the first thing we did, we were like, well, how are we going to keep hot chocolate to be relevant in the summer? It's going to be too hot for that. And so we developed the frozen hot chocolate, which, everybody loves to hear the story about that. And then, and so all it is just our hot chocolate blended with ice in the back. And it's just everybody, it's a year-round drink now. So.
Well, I will have to try that because I have not tried that rendition yet. So that's good to know for me.
Yeah. Between that and the popsicles, when summer comes on, people really like that stuff.
And you guys have opened up another little space there in town that I think you're doing some things with. You want to tell us about any of that?
Yeah, so we're hoping to, in the next 2 months, start renovations on our little annex. We're calling it the Learning Annex and Production Center. So what we intend on doing is moving the chocolate production over there, so it's a little more controlled environment for the chocolate, because it's dependent on temperature and humidity, and so we've got to control those things. And sometimes it gets a little hard to do that in here in the summertime with the door coming open and all. It raises the temperature in here a good bit, and so it makes working chocolate very difficult. And then particularly in light with the COVID thing, I would really like to not be making chocolate while the general public's coming through now. So that those are things that just to kind of tighten up all that stuff. And then we're hoping to turn it into a classroom kind of thing where I can invite folks in, and we do we learn different techniques about chocolate, whether it's from tempering to making truffles to making their own custom bar, or even doing chocolate tastings, because there's a lot to be gained, just like with wine tasting or coffee cupping, that you can do similar things with chocolate. So, and it's non-alcoholic. So then you can kind of hit, the little kiddos, you can have mother-daughter time, or son and dad time, or son and mom time.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
I think that my kids are also in the public school system. And I think that they just recently had a Zoom call with you guys with one of their
That's
teachers.
Yeah, so I did 2 Zoom sessions with the Czech Elementary School. We did one for math for the 6th and 7th graders, and then we did a science one actually this week where we talked about the science behind chocolate making and all that stuff. And so those kind of things are very rewarding to me, because I grew up in the 4-H FFA sector. And so giving back to my community in service like that is very, very right up my alley. I just love doing it. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, thank you for all that you guys are doing and being involved in that. I think that has been an awesome thing that, our school teachers and things are doing, is to, keep the kids connected. And I love the fact that
Yeah.
they're connecting them to our local business community, and, and being able to transfer the knowledge of, here are math things and here's our science things and how they're applied in life. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And so hopefully that kind of blossoms and starts planting seeds for maybe like when the kids get to high school and they can work, things like, jobs that they could do that are right here in their backyard. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Love it. Love it. Well, as we're talking about, we're doing, I had always wanted to go around and talk to businesses in person. And of course, with our virus situation, we're having to do a lot of video calls. So people are getting used to doing video calls and seeing that. As you are selling, I know that you guys are doing a lot of takeout. And of course,
Yep.
Mother's Day is this weekend, and you've
Yes.
got a whole bunch of stuff. So I've already put in an order for Mother's Day for my own mom. Hopefully she won't see this yet. No. But anyway, I wanted you to just tell people about, how you guys are working as far as your curbside service, and what's the best way to order from you right now, especially if they're wanting to get something in before Mother's Day that's only a couple days away.
Yeah, so we have a multiple platform way for you to order from us. We have primarily our website that allows you to purchase items. You can do the option of having it shipped directly to your home, or to whoever it is that you're wanting to give the chocolates or goodies to, or you can do the option for in-store pickup and go ahead and pay for it online. And then all you got to do is just call our number when you get to the curbside to say, hey, place an order online. And then we just walk it out to your car. The other way is you can call our store phone number. We take orders over the phone. You can pay with your card over the phone as well. And then the other option is, you can come the day of, like, we're holding business hours basically right now, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So Friday hours are 11 to 5, Saturday hours are 9 to 5, and Sunday hours are 11 to 3. And so as long as we're here manning the store, you can place your order and we'll carry it out to your car, and we can do contactless chip payments, or we can, you can call when you get here, place your order, and we can do the manual card over the phone. It's totally up to you. We're also still accepting cash payments. We have a protocol where we put that all in a bag and Lysol it and let it sit for a couple days. But yeah, most of our baked goods, because we don't want to waste a lot, we are wanting pre-orders for those, or people to call ahead and say, hey, can you bake these for me? Because we can bake all of our things basically to order, except for the croissants. There is if you're willing to wait like 3 hours, because there's the proofing stage and all that stuff to get the dough risen before we put it in the oven. But all of our bake items we pretty much do bake to order. And so if you give us 30 minutes, we can have fresh cookies or scones for you. But on Saturday, we've been kind of keeping a little bit of a stock now because we're getting some more requests for them. So.
Awesome. Have you guys considered, as far as how, I know that the governor's talking about, the first stage and trying to start reopening things and all of that. Do you have an update on that yet, as far as what your protocol will be, or?
Oh yeah, so we've actually been talking a little bit more aggressively about it, but we've already been planning. Several weeks ago, we rearranged the inside of our store because we had some funneling happening where we wouldn't be able to maintain a 6-foot social distancing concept. So we kind of rearranged to kind of get a more of a kind of where we could do, people could circle around different pieces of furniture to help them gain the 6 feet clearance. We're still waiting to see whether or not they'll allow us to have patrons to be able to sit in our facility. I think that is part of the first stage with restaurants. And so we've eliminated some of the seating in our in-store, so customers will have to adjust to that, but there won't be as many seats inside. We'll still have a table outside on the sidewalk that they could sit at, and then we're also willing to put a table in the behind Coco Mia. They'll just have to walk around the side alleyway to sit down and enjoy out in the back behind Coco Mia. And on Saturday mornings, we're kind of participating in the farmers market, whether we'll be set up out behind our facility doing coffee and things like that, and then just walk up to the tent and not even have to come in to the store. It just depends on the customer's comfort level. And then as far as our disinfection protocol, we're increasing once we open to the public, we'll be increasing the amount of time that we clean highly touched surfaces. We're going to advocate doing the contactless or chip read, and then we're kind of eliminating the customer signature requirements on certain dollar amounts and lower. So
Right.
all those kind of things.
Well,
But as a food service industry, we've got to have certain, health and cleanliness. And so we're always over conscious with that. And then as employees, as far as our health, we're, screening ourselves. We're not coming in with a fever or if we're feeling under the weather. And then we're encouraging our workers to do the same. Now we have some high school students, so most of how we're shifting that work is we're having them work on the days that we're closed. So they're helping us with packaging and labeling and things like that behind the scenes, so they can still, afford their car insurance and their car payments and things like that they've been accustomed to with working on a routine basis with us. So.
Well, that's awesome. And I love hearing that you're employing those high school students too, because usually it's I think the route is usually either a bagger or maybe they're working within the restaurants there. So that's really neat to hear that you guys are employing them too. So
yeah, here they get a wide spectrum of skills here. They'll learn repetitive tasks. They might we might teach them teach them food safety, and we teach them how to make certain recipes and things like that here. And stuff. So they get to kind of do a bunch of different Jack and Jill trades, and they get artistic and creative because we'll have them design our signs. We'll ask them for help with social media postings and things like that too.
That's awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm also sitting here thinking when my daughter gets of that age, that's probably going to be where she would want to work because she loves chocolate.
And that's good because to be passionate and be able to talk about it to other folks is very important. It's one of the the hardest things to learn is talking to other adults from a high schooler perspective, if they're not used to doing that and engaging and talking, that it's sometimes it's intimidating.
Yes.
But it's a good skill for them to learn because eventually they'll have to interview for college or other big jobs and stuff like that. So it's good learning skills.
Awesome. Well, I know that you guys are busy. Today's Thursday, and like I said, I want to try to get everything together so that we can do a giveaway for Mother's Day. So I'm going to ask people to comment on our post, and I'll pick a winner, and then I'll basically let you guys know, and that way they can pick it up for you. Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us before we end our time today and let you get back to chocolate making?
Well, I just want to thank the whole community that has supported us during this entire time. We are feeling so blessed. We have a lot of champions that are, making sure that we are, going to be able to keep our doors open and things like that, and just help all the resources that our local community and stuff has helped us with is great. So we just want to just share our appreciation for that. So.
Awesome. Floyd's awesome for that, just being that community and being that caring and everything. And I think definitely with this whole situation, there's a lot more people focusing even more so on small business than before. So that's a great thing too. That's a positive thing. That's of all the outcome.
Yeah, and I mean, even us as small businesses owners, we all kind of get together and bounce ideas off of one another with this new changing thing. Like, hey, how did you, meet this challenge? How did you, what did you implement for that? So it's great to be able to have those resources and that connection with real people here. So
awesome. Well, again, Jennifer, thank you so much for your time. And I will be seeing you myself on Saturday for sure to pick up some strawberries. And hopefully we'll be blessing someone else with a box of strawberries as well. So
awesome.